I'm Nigel Newsworthy, and you're listening to Whine Time on RTE. This is the last of the local election debates. I'll be chairing the debates, which basically means I'll be smiling at the camera every now and then because we're all best mates, really. We're going on the piss afterwards. And when one candidate talks over the other, I will tell them to stop unless it's happening to a candidate I don't like. Tonight, we have two local candidates. We have a local philanthropist, Kendy, better known to you all out there as Kendy, and sitting councillor, Raybo. He's been on the council 35 years. So, gentlemen...
Look, there's 150 there, right?
Yeah, I'll get that sorted.
I get you the other 100 again, and just a quick medical card sent out to Swinford, if that's okay.
I put that down, yeah.
Gentlemen, sorry, we're live.
Sorry about that now.
Yeah. One of your proposals in your manifesto is to ban the smoking ban. Now, a lot of people are saying that you only want this because you have 7 bars in town and it's going to benefit your businesses.
I know a lot about this.
NAM owns 6 of them. NAM owns 6 of them.
Okay, council, the truth is you're getting paid a large fee off NAMA to run those 6 bars.
I'll tell
Is
you
that
what,
true or
man,
not?
He's wearing a pair of Asics, sure. He running from NAMA the last 10 years, I'd say he running from NAMA. Huh?
Well,
I'll tell
running
you,
businesses.
you can check my bank account, and I'll tell you, most of the money is going out. Most of it is going out.
But
Yeah,
can we
it's
check
go-
your mattress?
Tis going out to Switzerland, let me tell you.
But how about the multiple health reports telling us about the bad effects of third-party smoking? Look at Kendy here. Surely that cough there, that could be part of your
That
smoking.
cough is coming from standing outside in a half-insulated shed, having a cigarette at the end of the night.
Well, in truth, now, that cough is coming from 40 major a day for the last 20 years now. But I'll tell you one thing about that smoking ban, lads. What that has done for outdoor heating in this country and the recyclement of galvanised and cowhouse sheds.
Hold on now, I will say, there's galvanised to go around. That's one of my election quotes.
Councillor Raybo, another ridiculous. I'm sorry now, but a lot of people in the streets and the papers have been raging about your idea to turn off the internet. Where, in God's name, do you see the benefit in that?
If it was up to me, I'd turn it off altogether.
Why?
I don't see a single benefit in it.
But surely, like GPS maps, people in emergency service, a bit of time.
I'll start with that. GPS maps. Whatever happened to stopping and talking to people and asking them, how do you get places?
But there was years there where people would say, go by beyond the high ditch. Sure, there could have been 3 high ditches. How would tourists know where to go?
But that's the reason we could actually keep tourists in this country. If we kept getting them lost, they couldn't get back to get the plane or the boat out of the country. Tourism figures back in the early 90s and late 80s, they were much higher than they are now because tourists could come in, but they couldn't get back out.
How about the youth of today who were all on the internet and they need it for their social media and their communications and connections? What are they going to do?
They're going to go out and get jobs.
Well, it's actually been levered at you that you were on Tinder yourself.
That was Grindr he was on.
I think Kendy here is confused. I was on an app called Combine.
Combine, never heard of that one.
Combine is for farmers, just to find,
Says you want to see it. You'll find some heifer on it now. She's very good.
It's a farming app. It's to exchange views and information on farming.
So is it Combine or Combine?
We do call it Combine Harvest Her.
Fair
which
enough.
is savage stuff now.
And speaking of the youth, Kendy, you have a massive part of your manifesto is you've got a major plan to get jobs for all the youth.
Let me tell you something about the millennials these days now, and the young ones that are running around Ireland, and they're running around saying, all they're doing is giving out about money, and I have no job, and they want equal pay for all the young ones.
No, that's right.
And listen to me. Will you stop taking photos of yourselves in bicycle shorts and bras and get out and do a bit? Like, how was there no jobs? I bet you get them a job on the site. There has to be a job for young ones in this country on the site. I don't know if it's making pay for the boys that are doing the real work or what's going on. But I have a policy that I want to bring up, that we're going to introduce an Instagram Young One tax.
So, and what exactly is that?
The Instagram Young One tax is if you post more than 5 times a day,
Yep.
if you post something that has a photo and the tagline underneath it has nothing to do with the photo at all. And that's why I've been running the campaign under the slogan Kendy, shifting young ones into gear.
How will you charge the young ones? How will the revenue commissioners collect?
Sorry, I have a question. How are you going to check these?
I tell you,
Who's
I check
watching
them
out for young
myself.
ones?
I'll check them myself. I'll check every young one up and down this country. And I've been doing it. There's been plenty. I tell you, I was researching last night on it and checking young ones for about 6 hours straight. I nearly got rope burn, lads. That's as bad as it got at times. And I'll check every single young one in this country. I have no problem at all. And they want to take their Instagrams off private so I can see it.
Hold on now.
Are you listening to me? Take your Instagrams off private and let me have a look at you is all I'm saying to you.
Excuse me, I'm only allowed to talk to the camera. If you don't mind. This campaign, you have been going to funerals, left, right and centre. So where are you going to find
that's
the
right.
time?
There's good... look, the one thing about the funerals I will say is that it's a good place to go out and meet the people. And we all do it. Now, Raybo, you can say it yourself as well. We all do it. All those councillors do it.
Yeah, but like you were caught
all
at
of
one.
us do it.
We all do
You were caught at one doing a boomerang with the corpse. Like,
Listen up now. That's another thing as well. I went to a funeral last week, right?
Doubt it.
And this is
Go on.
true as God. Poor old Mary Gibbons, the poor Lord Rester.
Oh, and you're.
Lord Rester. She was a good, fine woman. No, a fine big woman, I may say. She wasn't built for soft
we
ground.
don't need to know.
Now, listen, I went in and there was no registry book. I shook the hands that I had to shake, but there was no documentation of Kendy being there.
But
So
surely,
I said to them, listen, I went over to the corpse and I took a wee selfie with poor old Mary inside in the coffin. Now, I probably shouldn't have put her arm around me. There has to be documentation of politicians being at funerals, because how else will they know?
Councillor, I'm getting to one of the final points here. Again, back to your manifesto. You, a man that owns 7 pubs, six of them owned by Nama.
I refute that.
Well, it's there, it's true, it's in the papers.
Who's all you want, boy?
Yep. You want to reduce the legal drinking age limit in this country. Surely that is absolutely crazy.
Well, I agree with you. I do have 7 pubs here in the locality. Out of those 7 pubs, I have to pay 18 fellas every weekend just to keep the young ones out. If I could roll back the age to maybe 16, I could take advantage of a whole demographic there that are drinking anyway. Sure, they're not above it behind the church. They're above down at the canal. They're doing something they call bush lushing.
Bush lushing.
Bush lushing.
But
And what I'm saying is, let's capitalise on this. If they want the drink, let them in and have the drink. Isn't it better having them drinking in a responsible, supervised atmosphere? Do you know what it is in music and the whole art?
Listen, football, hurling, handball, great pastimes we've had in this country for many hundreds of years.
Okay, get to the point. Get to the
Number
point.
Drinking
four.
is also a great pastime.
Number 4 is illegal underage drinking. Didn't I do it? Didn't me daddy do it? Didn't me daddy's daddy do it?
That doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it right. And there's been serious
But this is
health
this is
problems.
exactly what's going on with the people who are in government now. They're trying to deculturalise us.
So you're
There's an
saying-
Irish culture to be held here, and underage drinking is as big a part as that as Anthony and I'll argue. There's a local pride involved in this.
But hold on now. In what way are you trying to link that?
But your 14 pints of cider is 14 pints of cider for a 16-year-old.
Just to wrap up tonight's debate, I'm going to give you each 30 seconds, and only 30 seconds, unless you're a councillor, you're allowed to go on to 3 minutes, to give the people your final message.
Jesus Christ above. Listen to me now.
The councillor first, obviously.
You know me. I've been 25 years in this council. And I'll tell you, I've never let you down. I've got you more grants. I've fixed more backyards. I've gotten planning permission put through when it was absolutely untenable. I'm the fella that gets things done. This lad here,
30 seconds, councillor.
waste of time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my campaign slogan. And I'll tell you, putting me in charge is a lot better than putting this joker in charge.
It's a bit unfair, councillor, but
Unfair.
Kendy,
Of
we'll
course
give
it
you,
will.
we'll give, because he's used it most of the time. Your time is now much shorter. So
Right. Oh, so we've no time left at all. I keep it short and sweet. So, listen, if I get elected, I won't be darkening your door again in 5 years after hiding away and doing nothing. And you ask me, where have you been for the last few years? We haven't seen you. I'd say I was off doing a bit. And doing a bit for everyone. Not just for the hierarch, Big Mickey Joe Soaps inside in the town.
well, a lot of people angle that at you, but the big Mickey.
Well, no, that's a different thing altogether. You were talking to Eileen Higgins. I know well you were. Listen.
Hello, Eileen.
That's why my slogan for this campaign has been Kendy. He'll do a bit. That's all I have to say on that.
Well, folks, I think that just about wraps it up for tonight. I'll tap my pages like they mean something to me, and I will put the lid on my pen. Join us again next Tuesday for the post-vote news feedback. And thanks for joining us here on Whine Time. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, sure, 2 pints for you.
We should better tap
Yeah,
these
where are we
before
going,
they
lads? I'm
catch us.
fucking dying.
Yeah, don't tell me very good.
Have you any money?
I tell you, I have a pound here. Come on, we
Yeah,
go.
yeah, come on. Teresa, drop us down, won't she?
Well, that's Bridgie Rendage's medical card money. Come on, we go.
Sure, she won't see that.